Maybe it turns out that the rat is not actually that far from a person. In fact, even closer than you could imagine. How else do we explain the fact that rats are the first to flee from a sinking ship? More precisely, from a ship that will sink to the bottom of the ocean in the near future.
Afro Svengalis. Oh, I have to come on here to share with you all because you were so diligent in making sure I was made aware of a pretty repulsive act that was undertaken by Let Me See Your Handcuffs. And it absolutely goes back to when I first brought this metaphor. Well, some people might say it's a metaphor. You heard the intro, rats off a sinking ship. But there's been a modification to that statement. Demon infused chat rats jumping off. Let me see your handcuffs. Sinking ship. Before I delve into that repulsive message, the Let Me See Your Handcuffs left, I have to take you on a very short trip down memory lane. I'm going to play a audio rather. It's about 2 minutes. I'm going to come back and tell you how it relates to what I'm going to be reviewing with you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. I am responding to Afro Svengalis, who is also the leader of AFW LLC, also known as Anti-Fraud Warriors LLC. This is my response and my last response to you on this platform. I am not going back and forth with you. You said that only in a court order will prevent you or stop you from doing what you're doing, then that is exactly what I'm going to get. So from now on, I will not be doing any videos about you, parody, anything with commentary or otherwise. I will not be doing any panels concerning you. Please, if I have a video, please do not come on and talk about her or anyone that she is associated with. Because now it is going to be in the court's hands. You have involved my subscribers, my panelists, my friends, and also my job. My job is also investigating you as well. I have downloaded all your videos. I have all your emails. I have all the text message exchanges between the both of us. I'll be using that as evidence and justification for a court order. Okay? So, also, any individual who is in her chat or has been on a panel with her or her friend Rev G, the Al Show, or the Smoke God, I'll be using that information in those videos and those comments as reasons for my court order as well. So Liz Martin, Don Mitchell, the Al Show, I will be using the copies of your comments as well as her supporters who is engaged in this harassment and has encouraged her. Also, the individuals who have emailed me and said things that you've mentioned in your videos or have come into my comments or left comments on my page based on information that you said in your videos, I'm using that information in the request for the court order as well. See you in court.
Of course, we know Let Me See Your Handcuffs lied. After she posted this video, she went about trying to get a bunch of dudes to kick my ass, including King Kong Crazy. That failed. She went on a rampage. Really thought she was going to frighten me using Lennon Honor and KKC. But let me tell you, the biggest reveal about that message you just heard, it remains up. It's one of the videos. It's not among the nearly 100 videos that she purged. She kept this video up because she recorded it for her employer. Do you notice how she identified me as the leader of the anti-fraud warriors? When did she ever do that? She tried to steal anti-fraud warriors. She's up here trying to act all formal and kind and respectful and so set upon. You heard it, right? Trying to make sure people look at her as a victim. She recorded this video for her employers for no other reason. And she mentioned other people's names as a means of harassing them, although the employer wouldn't know that. She wanted the employer to think that these people she mentioned were harassing her. She is so conniving and deceptive. It's incredible. Oh, it's so nauseating, people. It's intolerable. And what triggered this video? That let me see your handcuffs posted 7 months ago. And of course, there's been no lawsuit. I was never concerned about any lawsuit. What triggered this? She got pissed because her co-demon or one of her co-demons came on a live stream and posted that I was crazy. I don't even know this dude. I've never spoken about this person, never had any interaction with this person, and this person leaves this message. And I did a video on it. This person was in a psych ward. Although we don't use the term crazy, I don't use that word to describe people in general. I don't come up and say, this person's crazy. When I've ever said this here on this channel, you've never heard me say that. But this person was in a psych ward and was calling me crazy and everybody else over here. And I posted a video on that and she went bonkers. Well, that's her problem. Here is the situation. And this also goes into what I'm going to review in a second. The problems, let me see your handcuffs. There are many problems. The bottom line is she thinks she can say and do whatever she wants when it comes to others, but thinks it's a federal offense once you respond. Although you're not even responding in the manner in which she put out the original information. She accuses people of criminal offenses. She hosts demon-infused live streams where she allows people to sexually attack and harass others. She herself engages in reporting false information to CPS and the police, and she has a conniption fit because people dare to respond to the criminal acts and the harassment that she's perpetrating upon them. She harassed me in classrooms from district school sites, from school sites. She harassed me and blew up and had a heart attack because I dared to respond. It doesn't bother me one bit. I'm just pointing out how ridiculous she is. But without further ado, I'm going to do this review of this revolting message. Let me see your handcuffs left. So stay tuned again, and I will return.
Not everyone is going to show that they are, that they're loyal, that they have your support. You have to pay attention to the consistency. And that's what I'm really also showing the thank you and appreciation for.
And let me backtrack to terms that Let me see your handcuffs mentioned. She mentioned the term loyalty. Let's make the definition clear within the context of what's happening here on social media. We are not referring to someone who is going to lay their life down, get on an airplane, or risk arrest. For any sensible person anyway. It basically means standing by your word when it comes to your commitment to a person. Now, you can always change your mind, but the act of loyalty comes when you are clear about how you stand with the person in terms of support, and you continue to do so unless something comes up and the person is made aware that you've changed your mind. But just to suddenly say you're loyal to a person or present that you're loyal to a person, you're down with the person, then you show up in the mortal enemies chat as a moderator, or you start suddenly stabbing them in the back, that's what we're talking about. It's relative. Nobody is taking this to the hilt if we are living in the same community and we're not on social media. Although, I want to make it clear, not to discount the fact that people on social media do meet and they do forge positive relationships. That's a reality.
I know it's not easy being my friend.
It's not easy being her friend because she doesn't know what the hell a friend is. That's why it's nearly impossible. How the hell are you going to be a friend if you don't even know what the hell a friend is? So that takes care of that.
I'm sorry when I get emotional. As you know, I have major depressive disorder. So when I text you or call you and I say I'm upset or I'm sad with something, and you still take the time to listen to me.
Okay, people, this is the kind of thing that really grinds my teeth. I'm serious. Let me say, what would be the response if a brother got up here on YouTube and was crying like this? What would be said about that? He would be ridiculed. Big time. We know this. So why is it okay for females to be able to come up here on YouTube and use their tears as weapons, as manipulation, which is what Let Me See Your Handcuffs just did. Okay, she started to cry and says she has a message for these friends. Why aren't you telling these people offline personally? Why do you need to come on here and tell these people about your interactions with them offline? True, you can do what the hell you want, but it's manipulation. She says she has major depressive disorder. I'm not commenting on that. People can get up here and say whatever they want about whatever they say they have. Fact of the matter is this: it's unrelated to her conduct. It has nothing to do with the reasons that people are on her ass. People are on her ass because of her conduct. And having any diagnosable condition is 100% unrelated. This is manipulation and it's vile and it's disgusting. These people, let me see your handcuffs, among them, these people had no problem with their conditions flaring up when they were attacking people, when they were wreaking havoc, when they were laughing about it. So why is it relevant now?
Even though if I'm not always receptive to what you're saying, eventually later on, once I calm down, I am. I'm like, you know what? They was right. They was right.
That I don't believe. I don't believe anybody associated with Let Me See Your Handcuffs told her to stop harassing people. They were on for the ride because they found it entertaining. They don't care for Let Me See Your Handcuffs any more than she cares for them. This was all a method of getting entertainment based on her attacking people, perpetrating crimes against people. It is entertainment. No way in hell did they ever tell her to stop.
Thank you for creating safe spaces where I can go, because all the things that I've been going through lately, it seems like it's more, less and less every day. I get to go to places where I feel safe there. And when I say I feel safe there, means, you know, the host, the chat, the mods, and everyone else there are friendly. We all get along. And if there's any trolls or anyone there being harassing, they're taken care of.
What's happened is more and more people have become aware of what Let Me See Your Handcuffs is doing. That's why she has fewer and fewer places she can go, because the decent people are not going to tolerate it. The decent people who are interested in truth are going to allow the truth to be dispensed in their chats.
So thank you. Let's get into it, E&J. Thank you to Lynn and Honor. Thank you to KKC. Thank you to Brown Sugar Baby. Thank you to Humble King. Make a Change. Nappy Yankee. I always feel safe when I'm over there in their chat.
I'm not going to take the time to pair up a descriptor for every single individual that Let Me See Your Handcuffs mentioned, but these are the descriptors of those that she mentioned. So no wonder she feels comfortable in those spaces. This all matches up, people. She doesn't feel comfortable in spaces where people are asserting self-respect, truth, and accountability. She runs from those spaces because people are going to insist that people be allowed to express themselves accordingly. If she wants to see any of the things on the screen here, this is what she's comfortable with because this is who she is. So yes, I completely agree. I understand why she's thanking the people that she mentioned. Now you can take your own time to match up the descriptors with the individuals that she mentioned.
I want to say their names, but I don't want to say their names. I know it's going to create problems. But I have 7 content creators. It has become a place where I don't feel safe. I don't feel welcome. Either people in the chat, whether it's mods, followers, or the host. They and I disagree, to put it lightly, about some things. And It has become a place where I don't feel safe. I don't feel welcome. It's just best that either I don't show up often or I don't show up at all.
Whoever did make Let Me See Your Handcuffs list, consider yourselves lucky.
Shout out to Propane Oakland. His chat has been a safe space for me. Unfortunately, it's been invaded the last couple of weeks. So I'm hoping that's only going to be temporary.
Of course, she feels this way about Propane Oakland's chat because she's been confronted with her own freaking lies that she can't run from. She thought she can go there and sit there and have a good time spreading her lies that weren't being challenged. Now her lies are being challenged full force and she can't tolerate it. That's what's happened. And she even tried to tell Propane Oakland to kick people out. So did others. And he said no. He wasn't going to do that. See, what happened, the truth was simply posted in the chat. That's the bottom line. And Let Me See Your Handcuffs is allergic to the truth. So she is the one who knows good and damn well she can't stand the heat when it comes to being confronted with her own lies. That is the problem.
For legal reasons, mental reasons, emotional reasons, I'll just probably have to just go for the replay.
Here we go again with the manipulation. It's now become an emotional, mental, and legal issue. You would think any smart person would know they're putting themselves at risk doing the things that she did. The fact that she did not clue in to reality is her problem, and she is going to have to deal with that problem. What are those reasons? You can't stand to look at the truth when it's put down in front of you. She got by on these lies. She got by on harassing people. But when people decided to defend themselves, it's now become an emotional, mental, and legal issue. It's an offensive inversion that Let Me See Your Handcuffs tries to pull off. She refers to legal, emotional, and mental issues, but she's trying to assume this position as a victim. She's the perpetrator of these acts. She didn't consider for 1 second that those she targeted could have possibly experienced any emotional, mental, or legal issues having to deal with all of this. No, she continuously puts herself in the position as a victim. She is the one that made the false CPS reports and lied to CPS, knowing what she told them was a lie. She's done this more than one time. She's called the police. She sat on live streams while one of her co-demons was driving to somebody's house saying, "Get them niggas." But she's the victim? None of these symptoms were present when she was laughing and cackling while perpetrating all of her atrocities with her co-demon infused chat rats. Where are all the symptoms then? They were laughing. They were having a jolly good time, attacking people and lying on people, going after people's families. This is what Let Me See Your Handcuffs allowed to go down. And there is evidence she did this, bona fide proof that she did this. She can't make these claims about other people. The only thing she can say, other people are defending themselves. But there are no violations. None of us has done what Let Me See Your Handcuffs has done to other people and to us. She is the person who perpetrated these acts, and she's trying to portray herself as a victim. And she's bringing up this issue about mental health. It has nothing to do with the situation. Why wasn't it an emotional, mental issue before when you were attacking people? To me, that seems more representative of a mental and emotional issue if you were going about attacking innocent people and making up lies about them, stealing from them, harassing them, making false police and CPS reports on them. That strikes more of an emotional or mental issue rather than getting caught and not being able to stand the heat. That's manipulation. If what Let Me See Your Handcuffs did was so upstanding and respectable, she wouldn't have any problem staying in that chat, staying in Propane Oak Lane's chat if what she did was so righteous. We know it isn't righteous. Evil likes to be upfront when it comes to their treachery, as long as their victims are nowhere in sight. As long as people who are on the receiving end of their treachery and evil are not around. See, they won't wield that treachery and evil when their targets are in the mix. They like to do it in secret or amongst other co-demon infused chat rats. I'm going to continue this on part 2. There might be a part 3, but for sure there will be a part 2. And for those of you who are wondering about the legal aspects of the situation, I stated, as I had warned Let Me See Your Handcuffs many times, that I was going to file a complaint against her if she didn't stop what she was doing. She totally ignored what I stated. I was serious and I filed that complaint. So things aren't very pleasant for Let Me See Your Handcuffs right now, nor should they be. But don't forget, she had a great time harassing me and the people who support this channel. She didn't have any concern. She was laughing it up then. She didn't take me seriously. And if you don't take me seriously when it comes to you breaking the law, using me as the weapon, well, you'll just have to deal with the consequences. Nobody on here can say I'm doing anything other than what I have a right to do, which is file a complaint. Anyone else is welcome to file a complaint, but the problem with these folks, they don't have anything they can use against me because I haven't replicated their conduct. I haven't replicated a single act that they have perpetrated, nor have I initiated it. I have only responded to what they have stated about me. That is my total and complete right. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to wait for someone to make a statement. This is US of A. We have free speech, and I can do just that. Speak my speech. Stay tuned. There's more to come. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.